Hi guys, welcome back to CGS. Today we have a very special guest on our channel. Can you please introduce yourself?
Peter Chin, last name spelled as Chin, and my street name is Kidzai, they call me.
Pleasure to have you on this channel, Kidzai.
Well, nice to be here.
So, I had a couple questions, right? I read your book, by the way, In the Ghost Shadows. I'm a huge fan of it. I thought it was a great book. There was a lot of captivating stories. It revealed the history of Chinatown that nobody was really aware of, except for the people that actually lived in that community.
Okay.
And yeah, we had a couple questions. So, you were born in Hong Kong?
Yeah, they call in Hong Kong and in a suburb, you could say, but now it's not a suburb no more. They built big high rises, right? Because knowing that in Hong Kong the land is just so big and so many people, living there. So back then where I lived was, tell you the truth, I left Hong Kong when I was 8 years old, right? I left there when I was 8 years old. Through that 8 years, I never seen a car, trucks, or anything that roll by my house, like close to my house or where we live. Not my house, where my mother, So more or less a country. When I walk out, when I open, like in front of us is a land that they grow vegetables. Yeah.
So what was the name of the village?
New territory in English, yeah.
Okay.
On the Hong Kong side, not the Kowloon side. They just separate the two sides. One side is Kowloon, one side is Hong Kong. Yeah.
So did the new territories oversee Hong Kong?
No.
Or how was it, like, was it on a hill or was it?
We're in the countryside.
Countryside.
I was young too. I was 8. Remember that? So I see cows. Yeah, cows, chicken, pigs. Yeah, but it was pretty poor. You could say pretty poor neighborhood, but in the country.
Yeah. So what was the main factor that made you and your family decide to leave the new territories to come to the United States?
Well, I don't know. I came with my mother, right? So my father left when I was born. So I never seen my father before, never. 8 years old, I don't know what a father is. I don't know because I never seen him. My mother never talked about him, nothing like that. Eventually, when I got a little older, my mother told me that he left to Brazil, right? From Brazil, I guess he came to the United States. When we got here, when me and my other sister got here, my mother, right, got here, that's how we met him. Okay? Eventually, he knew that we were coming to New York. Probably he left Brazil to come here to meet up with us. Yeah. I wish he never met up with me.
Did you spent most of your childhood in Chinatown when you first came to the country, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So can you describe that to us? Like what Chinatown was like back then? Oh. Like what was the apartment you grew up like?
Okay. Our apartment, when we came here, my grandfather and my grandmother was living in Chinatown, which is today is a lot of Fukinese people that live there now, right? Another wave of people that province that came over, and then most of them is Fukinese now. So, but anyway, when I came here, my grandfather and grandmother had this apartment. They told me they was only paying like when they first got it, $36 for the whole apartment. And consider Chinatown, that apartment is big. It's long actually, like Oh,
like the railroad apartments?
Yeah. No, from one end to the other end. But we have our own bathroom with a door. And a lot of them in Chinatown doesn't have their own bathroom. Even though some of them have their own bathroom inside their own apartment, they had in their kitchen with a curtain, while somebody's cooking, right? And you take a shower with it. It's right next to it. It's small. So it's, Chinatown apartment is very small, a lot of them. But consider ours is very big. Our front window look through East Broadway. East Broadway, Chinatown, right? Lower Manhattan. And then the back window is to a back street or another street called Division Street. Yeah, we could look through there. And when we looked through there, back then, when right by the train, Manhattan Bridge, right? Right, yeah, you could hear the train come by, right? So right next to it, And back then, Confucius Plaza, when we looked through there wasn't that big high rise. There was mountain, big rocks. Yeah. So they they put explosive and blow them those rocks out, and then that's how they built it.
Oh, it was really one big rock?
Big rock, yeah. Because hardly anybody walk up there because at a certain time when it get dark, no. As a matter of fact, my mother got robbed with it twice. That was a shortcut from Bowie Street, Confucius Plaza. There's an entrance going up, but you got to walk up the stone stair, right? Because they're a big stone. So when they built that thing, they took a lot of time using explosive, to knock them out and build it. So our window looked at back, right? So we lived with my grandfather, my grandmother, and my father, my sister, three other sisters. No, 1, 2, 4 sisters. Yeah, 4 older sisters and me. But there's a lot of people, right? Yeah. Consider living wise, but even though it's me. So that's where I grew up at. And then Chinatown, back then, if you go to anybody, back in my day, if you go to anybody's houses or home in Chinatown, you see the same furniture. Because there's only one furniture store that sells all the furniture, and they speak Chinese. They couldn't go, like, how we going to go outside of Chinatown to buy something where they speak other language? Right? We can't tell them what they want, what we want. They don't know what we want.
So, what was the criminal element like back in Chinatown when you first came to America?
Well, there's gang established already, right? Back then there was gang established, but it wasn't as violent as when my day comes, and it became when we started to use guns. Back then, when I came in, when I was younger, like I would say maybe when I 10 years old, so they used like ice pick, chain, bicycle chain, like something like that, something sharp,
So what was the gang that was running Chinatown at the time?
Well, when I started to notice there's gangs, right? And the most popular was the White Eagle and the Black Eagle. Then came along the Flying Dragon, right? And then I heard the Kuan they call short for, I don't know why they call them QJ, abbreviation. A lot of American-born Chinese, they said QJ. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about, QJ. So Kuan is actually our second generation.
So, Kuan Yin, that translates to not the Eagles, right?
No, they're not the Eagle.
No, but the name itself translates to not the Eagles?
No, Kuan Yin.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. No, I don't have anything to do with Eagle. I don't think so. I mean, the name itself, Kuan Yin?
Yeah.
I can't tell you that. They short abbreviation, they call them. Like a lot of American-born Chinese, they say, oh, the QJ. The gangsters, those gangsters, QJ, I don't know what they're talking about. But Q,
yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Wait, QJ?
Q,
yeah,
and J.
QJ.
Yeah, like John. Yeah, short abbreviation for them. I don't know why they call it, but I heard about it. Yes. So those days, the most popular one was the Black Eagle and the White Eagle. They was big. You heard a lot about it.
The White Eagles were the older members, and the Black Eagles were the younger ones.
Yeah. So the Black Eagle consists of you see them on Ma Street. Ma Street in Chinatown is considered the gold mine, right? The center of Chinatown, right? Not Pell, not Division, not nowhere. Mud, where you see a lot of traffic, right? When there's traffic, there's money, right? No traffic, what money you gonna get, right? Nobody walks there, nobody spend money over there. So it was kind of deserted with the Division Street, East Broadway, that part. But nowadays it's totally different. It's crowded. So, but back in the days, Ma Street, where the White Eagle controlled it, right? Was the gold mine. They had like 10, 11 gambling houses operating in 1, 2 blocks. That's it. Not 10 blocks, not 20 blocks. But if you talk about, how we carved our territory later on in Chinatown, right? It's so close to each other, back to back.
So White Eagles were on Mott Street, and then the Black Eagles were
outside, outskirt.
Okay.
Totally outskirt.
But they still worked together, right?
Yeah, they're younger crew. they listened to the White Eagle.
White Eagles was Paul Ma, and who ran the Black Eagles? Was it still technically Paul Ma, or?
No, he actually don't run it. They had another guy that he had that other person runs it, but they call him Dai Guan Fa, Buddhist, Dai Guan Fa. There's a guy named back in the 30s or something like that in China. There's such a person in real life, yeah, where the name.
Oh, do you?
Not the Buddha itself. No. Dai Guan Fa, he was a general or something like that. He was those days when they had the Mao, those days, right? But before them, I think they had this guy. This is such a person name, Dai Guan Fa. So he was. Time was changing. They even wear like uniform differently from how Chinese used to wear when they got the Qing Dynasty. No, the time was changing. So this is such a person. You look up for that. Okay. So and that's what his name is. I knew who that guy was, and he was running.
And the Kuan Yin, right, which eventually became the Ghost Shadows.
Yeah.
Was the founder Ni Wong, or was it someone else?
Founder of Kuan Yin, I cannot tell you that. Okay. Because I wasn't there. Kuan Yin, I was young, but when I stepped in, right, with the crew and the name already changed to Ghost Shadow, I wasn't heard no more Kuan Yin. Kuan Yin, from story I heard from the older guys, right, and then how it leads to us. Yeah, it's our bloodline where it came from. Yeah. There's a few guys that I don't know them, but I know, even in the book I mentioned about because I saw them dead while I was like 12 years old, 11 years old. One died in front of where I used to live. There's a movie theater across the street called Sun Sing, right? So back then there's only a few Chinese movie theater. It's a handful.
So Kuan Yin, okay, so in the book it said there was a guy named Giraffe.
Oh yeah. I heard a lot about him, yeah, but I never met him. He died from Boston.
Okay.
They put a contract out and they killed him. I think they shot, I don't know how many bullets in him. He got off the plane. He's supposed to be somebody, and it was set up later on. I find out, from this book, right? If it wasn't this book, I wouldn't find out the truth. Then now I find out who set him up and all that, right? We'll go into that later on in more detail. But he is one of the most respected person in our organization when back in the Ghost Shadow started, right? So Ghost Shadow when I came in, he was like he died maybe a month from the day that I came in. So he died in 73, I believe. So that's why I say, me and Stephen say from Boston, Ping On, you say, right? He created, he's the founder. Our organization and him is always have a grudge, right? So me and him never really, sat down or anything like that until Mo came along. Yeah, but that's many years later. I squashed everything.
So I get it. So technically Giraffe was the leader according to the book before Ni Wong.
Yes.
And then it's unknown who was before him, if there ever was anyone before him.
From well, I would assume I would pretty sure that to calculate it, the Kuan Yin's right lifetime and how we merged together. Yeah. So he actually held his crew together. The reason he went up there and got killed because of he's supposed to somebody financially and brings some sort of money back to in other words, to make this organization that continuously work. But without no money financially,
how can you function?
Yeah, and the truth is, we didn't have nothing. We didn't have back there those days. We don't have nothing. We don't have no tongues that back us up. We didn't have nothing. We can't even fucking come out with $2 in our pocket. But you know what? One thing we have, we're all together. We're all everything that like it's not over money, anything like that. We, you know, our heart was together.
So, before Kuan Yin, wasn't it known as Liangshan?
Yeah, Liangshan, yeah, that's another, yeah, that's our bloodline.
Okay, that was like the very first
Very
name.
beginning, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, another story, another time. For
Yeah,
that
yeah,
one.
yeah.
So, when you first joined, or when you first started hanging out with the Kuan Yin, or what eventually we called
No, Ghost Shadow.
Well, yeah, we called the Ghost Shadows. What was Ni Wong like as a leader?
Okay. Ni Wong, when I came in, Ni Wong came back from, I told you, Joanne died like a month or so, right? From where I stepped in with this crew. Mm-hmm. So Ni Wong was up there in Boston. He knew that Joanne dead now. And Dickie, at that time, I'm almost 100% sure that he was in prison in Rikers Island, right? I didn't meet Nicky. I met Ni Wong first. He came back and held his crew together.